Hey, we here to talk. We here to talk. What's up? What's happening? Didn't really sleep much. Had to get through it. We got the J. Cole, the Fall Off tape. February 6th came. Niggas was shucking and jiving. We was grooving for the project. And we here to talk about it. Now, of course, raw thoughts off the first listen. I feel like I got some stuff out of it. Again, this is just what I caught off the initial listen. Probably for this album, we might have to come back and have a conversation about it later on because I'm pretty sure I didn't catch everything. I'm pretty sure. I would see, and I hate when I call these like album reviews, and that's why I say like album review slash raw thoughts because it's like it is a review, but mind you, it's a first listen. Like, again, I feel like we could get more views when, of course, you let the music sit with you a bit. Yes, I'm giving disclaimers because I know the J. Cole hype, they just gonna hate. Let's keep it a book. But anyways, in any days, let's talk about it now. Again, you know, you know, again, I heard a couple songs, of course. Again, I think I fully listened to disc one, sat there a bit, collected my thoughts, and then I went right into disc two, sat there at the end, collected my thoughts. Certain songs I had to run back, like the What If song, of course. Disc two, track two, we've all heard before. I just ran that back for shits and gigs, cause why not? Um, what else did I have to run back? I didn't even catch all the features. Moray was on What If, which is crazy. I didn't even know Moray was on that one. Yeah, yeah, just a lot of stuff. Yeah, I had to sit with. I ran back the letter a bit. I ran back Bombs in the Ville. I ran back a couple songs just because I felt like I missed some things. So again, this is a 24 track album, 12 on one side, 12 on the other side. Track what was it? Disc 29 and disc 39 basically. Disc 29 is the first, disc 1 basically rapping from the perspective of how he was when he was 29 years old, and we get to disc 2 which he has more of the views of a 39-year-old, and we're just here to discuss. There's a lot of themes in this album in general, but before I even get to that, I didn't like all the production, but there was some standouts. It was okay. I will say, and one critique I will have that I'll probably see at the end is, J. Cole, if this is indeed your last album, first of all, you did all the work and you're a phenomenal rapper. That is a kudos I could give you. Every song, you did your thing. You switched it up. I seen different vocal inflections. You even try to mimic some people that we'll get to later on and we'll have a discussion about. But even with that being said, I do feel like I just need a project from you, a mixtape or what. You just need to go sit down with like a hit boy or somebody and like just let them let them produce the whole product. Not to say you are trash, but sometimes I'm like, mate, I just need a little bit more. And you have an ear for this, and you have improved. Because I remember in the beginning, I was like, yo, some of this shit, bro, my nigga, I ain't gonna cap. But especially when you drop the little mixtape, when he was freestyling, I do feel like Maji, you do have to yeah, before it's all said and done, like go lock in with a producer and just like give us like a 10 to 12 track project. Like that's all I need from you, Maji. That's all I need from you. Now again, I could see where the album is divisive. If you're like an old school J. Cole fan, a newer J. Cole fan. I'm a newer J. Cole fan. I think I got in around what was it? For Your Eyes Only, I believe that's what the album was called. I think that's where I got into him. I think yeah, that's where I got into him a bit more. Yeah, For Your Eyes Only. I went back to for his sale. Of course I was there, but that's really when I sat there like, oh, dude is tough. You know what I'm saying? So again, I do believe that there might be some people that like some stuff and don't. Is this a perfect album? No. I would say if he condensed it a bit, I would say it's more of a classic. 24 songs. I feel like some songs overstay their welcome a bit. I do feel like if he cut a couple songs, then I could damn near say that not necessarily perfect, but you could make the case of as a body of work, this is good. Everything is essential. This is good. There's just a couple of songs. Instead of 24, maybe I would have went with like a smooth 16 to 18, maybe 20, but there was a couple of them I'm like, big dog, we didn't need this. No shade and no disrespect. But again, artistry rise, vocal ability, just him being J. Cole. J. Cole is obviously a great rapper. Now, again, with the whole Kendrick and Drake beef, I know some people's upset about that shit. I don't feel like we should let that take away from the music, but I do understand. He does make some reference to it. I still feel him as just as an act and his ability to rap. He's still in the top. Now, I know he didn't show up. He backed out. I understand. People have some issues with that. I understand. I'm not here to like, cope for him. I'm not a J. Cole like stan. That shit did look away. We gonna be fair about it. But I don't feel like that should take away from enjoying this project, which I really did enjoy. So before I really start breaking out what I liked or what songs I really liked or whatever, let me just read you all the songs on here. So we have track 1, 29 intro, track 2, 2-6, track 3, safety, track 4, Run a Train featuring Future. Future was in his bag on the way. Again, another critique I will say. I did enjoy the project. Needed more features. Definitely need. If this is per se the last album, I'm not saying I need no hits. But definitely I need more features. Especially for some of these songs, I feel like. Not that they went on too long, but literally the intro to part 2 was like, or disc 2, so it was like 6, man. My nigga. Like, we need something to break it up. And as much as Cole, you're doing different vocal inflections, you're singing on this project, I feel like you needed some other energy, which on certain songs, which a feature could help. But anyways, track 5, Poor Thing. Track 6, Legacy. Track 7, Bunce Road Blues, featuring Future and Thames. Track 8, Who the F Is You. Again, we heard it as like a snippet when he dropped Inevitable, or disc 2, track 2, if you will. What's it called? Drum and Bass, The Let Out, Bombs in the Veil / Hit the Gas, Lonely at the Top. That closes out disc 1. So disc 2, or disc 39, if you will. We have the intro. The Fall Off is Inevitable, disc 2, track 2. The Villist, Old Dog, featuring Petey Pablo, Life Sentence. 18, Only You with Burna Boy. Burna Boy, your ass showed up. You seen all the hate you was getting. Your ass showed up. Track 19, The Man Up Above. Track 20, I Love Her Again. Track 21, What If, featuring Moray. Didn't even know this motherfucker was here. Track 22, Quick Stop. Track 23, And the Whole World is the Veil. And track 24, Ocean Way. So let's get into it. Let's discuss. Now, again, like I said, I would say to everybody, go listen to the project. J. Cole fan, casual J. Cole fan, not really into J. Cole, go listen to it. I feel like there will be something for you. Now, I would say if you're not necessarily a J. Cole fan, and depending what genre of music or what subject matter you might like, maybe this might not be for you. But overall, I do like how reflective it is. I do like the idea of rapping from me when I'm 29 and I'm hustling. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to, I have my dreams and aspirations with me to be this guy. The best or whatever have you. And then after to get to 39, which is like, yeah, you are this guy. I'm 39, I'm older, I'm caring more about my family and my kids. And yeah, it's not as important to me to be the top guy, but going back home with both ages and certain things that are happening and, just dealing with life and just growing up in a sense, not to say not having purpose, but like chasing a dream and looking for the validation in the 20s to get to the 39. And you got that, you got your family. Now you realize that some of this bullshit ain't important. You're like, fuck all this fame shit. I'm just chilling with my family. I'm just over here. I'm just doing this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna get into it. So let me just tell you what I thought of each track. You know what I'm saying? I don't want this video to be too long. I think I could write a dissertation about this album, but that's a story for another day. So again, of course the intro is just like a couple seconds. Didn't really give a fuck about it for track the disc 1. So we get to 2-6, great opener. Love the second half of the record. Enjoyed it much. I will say the disc 29 / disc 1. I'm gonna start saying disc 1 and disc 2. I don't have time to say 39 and 29 and throughout this whole video. But in disc 1, I will say the beats there were more you could say hear more aggressive, if you will. And then even though Cole was experimenting, like, I wouldn't say melancholy, but definitely on the second side, there were more softer beats and stuff. You could say maybe more of the ambition and the hunger was displayed on the first half compared to the second half, if you will, because at this point he's made it and now he's putting his priorities together, like what's really important. I don't give a fuck about some of that shit I gave a fuck about in the beginning. So boom, this is what we talking about. The outro is very meaningful. I'm not here trying to quote everything, sadly. And then love the flow changes. When he was doing the little whisper flows and all that shit, I was thinking, I know niggas have done it before, but 21 Savage just popped in my mind. Which is crazy because when they did a lot, I'm surprised we didn't get... there should have been more features. I'm surprised we didn't get a 21 Savage feature. But 2-6 I very much enjoyed. I would say probably I prefer the first half more than the second half, maybe because I'm still in my 20s and I'm getting up to where he would be at in age 29. In a couple of years, I will get to 29, so maybe it resonates with me more being in my 20s compared to the 39 side. Not to say there wasn't no good songs on that side, but just me, I resonated with it more. And the beat, in my opinion, the beats were better on the first half. Just me. Other people might say something else, but just me. Anyways, what was that? Safety definitely stand out. One of the best songs on here. And later on, there's a run of songs he had was just like, mwah. Like from this song to this song to this song. I thought it was fantastic. But Safety was a good track. Again, in the beginning, I was kind of indifferent to it, but it was just classic storytelling from Cole, and you get that throughout all these songs. Now, some songs, I didn't think we needed it, but again, the Unity sax. It gave me a little bit of a Nas and One Love vibe, you know what I'm saying? And then who the fuck is Quay? Listen, if we got on Drake saying who the fuck is Jason, nigga, who the fuck is Quay? He told a story about, I guess one of his partners called Quay. How Quay, I believe he liked men, so he was in Atlanta, and then he passed away. Like, there was a lot of storytelling, just, I guess, showing his views on the world at that time, or just his views in life on that time. Again, run a train with the Future feature. I was like, at first I was like, nigga, J. Cole, is you trying to do a Future impression? And I'm like, oh shit, that Future, because we know J. Cole will be trying to do that shit. I think it was, I forgot, was it K.O.D. when he did a song and he said feature Kill Edward, which was low-key him. But anyways, besides all that, you know, and low-key, when it said Run a Train, crazy title. Future was tough. Production was good. I didn't enjoy that song. That's really all I have to say. Again, there's various stories. I'm probably missing a lot of stuff. Again, first listen. Poor Thing was fire. Probably one of the standouts as well. One of my personal favorite tracks on here that I would recommend. Great song. But yo, I don't know what Homeboy did to Cole back in the day, but Cole was pressed. I'm like, Cole, who you pressing? We don't hear none of that. We think of Cole as a homeless man just riding his bike everywhere, bro. I'm like, nigga, Cole, who you pressing? And he went back to North Carolina, where he from and shit. I'm like, damn. Hey, that nigga got up to you that now that you won, you like, fuck all that. That boy over there, we could squabble up. Hey, we shoot the fair one. I'm like, damn, J. Cole, what he did, man. It take that one person. Everybody got that one person that knows how to get them on their nerves. I tell you. But again, very good track. I love the Boosie flip. I heard Boosie. I'm like, oh, it's going to be some shit. Legacy, good track. Singing was a vibe. I ain't gonna lie, good track. I was kind of like into it. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. I wasn't mad at it. It was cool. Bunch Road Flows, fire. Future and Tim's, fire. That's all I gotta say, my nigga. And then, because in my head, right? Because we all remember Waiting for You with Future, Drake, and Thames, right? So in my head, I'm like, is this kind of a Drake little shot? You know, I'm going to get these two motherfuckers that you got a Grammy with. Because I think Future did win a Grammy for that. So Drake would get one as well, being a featuring artist on that. So I was just like, is this a little bit of a snub? That's just me in my mind. That's just me in my mind. We're going to get to the song where I'm mostly going to talk about Drake and Kendrick. I believe that's on the second half. So we're going to get there eventually. Who the F is you tough? I'm not even going to sit here. We heard it. The flip. What it is, oh. What it is, oh. Come on now. I ain't going to talk about that song too long, bro. We're going to be here for days. Tough. Drum and bass. Very good song. And now at this point, I really feel like this was a run. This was really a run. By the way, I wanted a Gunna feature on this project. It was somewhere on these collection of songs. I'm like, yo, Gunna would fit in this pocket very well. Also, Cole just talking. See, I forgot. It might have been Poor Thing when Cole said he in the street inward. He's a sidewalk dude. That is cool. But then see, it gets to the point when we get to the song "What If." I'm like, I see what you're doing, but even still, like, you could miss me with this one, dog. But like I said, maybe I have to get to that age. Maybe I have to get there. Maybe that's what it is. But you could miss me with that, dog. But I'ma really hear that conversation over there with you. Also, one of the songs when he was screaming, it was, and I'm a mulatto, or shout out mulatto, whatever the fuck he was saying. Now, first I thought he was talking about the rapper Lotto, but then I'm like, my nigga, we getting mixes, okay? Like I was like, okay. But yeah, drum and bass is a good song for the song. Or when Cole said his when his gun jammed 2 years ago because the beef happened and he sat back, and that could also be something. But anyways, it was God the let out or whatever the let out. I was surprised how much I liked the song. Loved the instrument. Bro, it was just fine. Like, if you been in them situations, the Bones Thug influence / inflection he was doing, nice storytelling. We've all been in those situations. And I believe drum and bass, it got to the point where, like, his homeboy was doing too much when he was trying to talk to a girl, and his homeboy was kind of annoying him to the point that you at whatever party, these motherfuckers trying to do something to you because maybe you, J. Cole, you rich you up. They ain't like whatever transpired, and you trying to survive the let out. So you trying to get out there, like, bro, you been in them. If you been to some parties, you been in some of them situations. Now, it also depends where you come up from, but you been through some of them situations. So I fucked with it tough. And then, like I said, this is where I felt like he had to run from. What's it called? From Bunts Road Flows to Who the F Is You to drum and bass to the Let Out or Let It Out. I feel like that was a good run. That was a good run, in my opinion. A good 4-song run. So, Bombs in the Ville, deep messaging, especially after 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Very good messaging. I enjoyed the song a lot. And then Lonely at the Top was a decent closer. Wasn't my favorite closer. To be fair. To be fair, the song before with Bombs in the Ville could have been closed it, but cool. It was cool. I didn't need Lonely at the Top. That was just me. I didn't really need it. I get the perspective, especially this album being the fall off and this and that, and just low key. And this is the thing, I also got to talk about the album cover as well. For the album cover, for him to say, I want to take this picture for it to be a time capsule, having you have the perspective of how you were as a 29-year-old to having this perspective as a 39-year-old, it's just seems just like a time capsule. And you can make the case that albums are time capsules because you were rapping about what was going on in your life. But just to have that and just to think about that while creating this is crazy. And in a sense, we will all get to that point where we fall off. Because sadly, bro, at some point, you can't be the 45-year-old or the 50-year-old still in the club. You can go to the club and have a good time, but at this point, it ain't about you. The young cats, the 21-year-olds, they running it. It's their time, it's their moment. And you got to realize you going to get to the fall off. Doesn't mean you can't do your thing. But if inevitably you're going to get over there. And that's what I take from the whole album as a whole. I'm everywhere at this point. I'm just talking. Anyways, let's get to disc 2. Opener was cool. 6 minutes was too long. I'm sorry. I fought with the opener. I like this opener better than the opener on side. I'm about to say side A. Disc 1. But yeah. J. Cole, some of these songs, it was like, I get it. It didn't have to be 6 minutes. And if it was 6 minutes, we needed a feature. Like, it was... bring it down, big dog. Bring it down. Also, the people that's looking for, like, bops and hits and shit, like, we do get those, but I think, like, if you're used to, like, so, like, a regular single, this is not what you would get on this project. And he's done it on other projects. This was more of a concept album. I feel like you just gotta let it rock. Anyways... What was I skipped a couple songs at this point because I think I was indifferent. Of course, disc 2, track 2, we've been heard. It's a good song. I liked it. He was rapping in reverse of it on his life. Very deep and meaningful song. I enjoyed it as well. The Villist, I didn't really fuck with. This was one of the songs I had to listen to again because I felt like I was missing something, and it was cool. I enjoyed it. I see where it was going, and I like it in the album, but I don't know how much I will come back to it. Again, first listen. Well, in this case, two listens. But you know what I mean. Old Dog with P.D. Pablo was cool. I wasn't mad at it. Fuck with the beat. It was tough. It was cool. Now, we going to Life Sentence, and I will say this. J. Cole, the love songs in your bag, referring to your significant other, you with your wife, as a life sentence is crazy. I liked the DMX inspiration, but it was okay. It was okay. I was cool. It was okay. I didn't need this. I'm not gonna lie, J. Cole. Didn't need this. I see what you was trying to do, but I didn't need this. Only use fire. 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 Love the Jock Kerr TOK sample. If you know, if you know. That shit, fire. Burna Boy's feature was Burna Boy went crazy on that motherfucker. I ain't gonna care. Burna Boy, you almost made me forgive you for that concert bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. I was this close. I was this close. I'm like, man, why y'all sleeping during that main performance? But then I had to remember you was on some bullshit. But great song. Go listen to it for yourself. Go listen to it. Great fucking song. Great fucking song. Man Up Above is good. Crazy Marvin Sapp sample. Crazy. And then the J-Lo flip. I never expected that. That J-Lo flip was crazy. I was like, nigga, what? He lost me with that a little bit. I will say, he lost me with that. He did. He did lose me with that a bit. But again, it is a good song. Good storytelling, but those flips lost me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It did. It really did. Also, there was a point, I forgot which song it was. I seen like an Eminem flow he was trying to do as well. And it just got to the point I was like, okay, Maji. Again, he's entertaining niggas, but like, it got to the point I was like, is this because you ain't getting features now? Like, you doing these inflections with your voice? But anyways, again, fuck with it. But, and you know, we champion Drake for switching up flows and doing all this shit. But like, yeah, I was just like, you could have put some features on some of this shit. Anyways, Love Her Again, you know, it's good. I enjoyed it. I feel like he was trying to do a play off of a Common song, in my opinion. Good song. Like I said, J. Cole, the love songs, I'm not really. Only You, fuck everything I am. Yeah, I don't really need it. I ain't gonna care. Alright, so we at this one right here. What If? Now, I see this going two ways. Either you like this song or you don't. Look, it got to the point where in the song he was, I don't know, like rapping from the perspectives of Biggie and Tupac. We all know legends. We all know what happened with their situation. Rest in peace to both of them, both taken before their time. So the aspect of him, I don't know if he was doing it from Big's perspective and writing a letter to Pac. It was just, I get what he was trying to do. I like the messaging that he was trying to do. But this was one of the times I'm like, big dog, leave this type of shit to Joyner and Lucas. Because we know Joyner and Lucas likes to do the rapping from perspectives type shit. You got to do that. Also, I don't know if this was kind of a play on the Drake and Kendrick thing and he tried to mirror that back to them. That was just me. Maybe I caught that. Also, again, if we were really going to talk about the Biggie and Pac situation, I feel like Diddy and Shug and maybe other people in them brothers' ears was just fucking some shit up. Especially Diddy. There was just a lot of shit. There was just a lot of shit going on at that time. And honestly, if I'm Pac, and again, we don't know exactly what happened with that elevator shooting, the first one when he didn't pass away. I'll be paranoid as fuck, especially when I come work with all y'all niggas. I see y'all niggas. I'm like, hey, what up? Yo, come over here. Yo, come up. Come, we doing the studio shit. And I come up, and then motherfuckers do that to me. Nah, bro. I'm paranoid at that point. So I can't blame Pac. Yeah, that was the only thing I was like, big dog. As much as J. Cole, yeah, this one I'm like, This was the one I'm like, nigga, I don't know. I fuck with what he was trying to do with this, but this one I'm like, big dog, I don't know. I feel like I was an allegory for some Drake and Kendrick shit. It was just, yeah. This was the one. Now, other people might feel a different way about this, but this one I was like, I don't know, big dog. This one, I don't know about this. Yeah, I don't know. Quick Stop was a good song. Now, again, why is you at the gas station? Why are you going to the gas station in the hood to feel humble and shit, which is perfectly fine. Because, again, I feel like J. Cole really don't give a fuck about this same shit, bro. My nigga wear the same clothes every day. That's why I told you he's the most richest homeless nigga I have seen. I always say this. You know, so I do like the aspect of him just going to the gas station. The dude was trying to sell him like some Zah, and he like, no, I'm good. And the dude realizes he's J. Cole, and he's like, oh shit, yo, you really helped me out with your music and all that stuff, you know. So the fact that you touched somebody and somebody told you that you touched them and shit, you know what I'm saying? And he like, you took the picture or whatever you did, right? But like, that's fair. But at the same time, I was like, huh. I get it's part of the journey, but this one, I don't think we needed as much. Don't get me wrong, I do like the song. But you can make the case we didn't really need this one. I do like the fact that it's nice to be acknowledged and somebody giving you kudos. Because, again, when you're in this fame shit, because you're doing all this shit, you don't recognize, like, the little things. So him going to the gas station to fill up the car, and the old boy telling them how much his music helped him get through his times. Like, it's nice to hear. It's nice to hear sometimes. Because a nigga could type it to you, but when you could put the face to it, an actual human person breathing and going through their trials and tribulations, and they stop you to thank you, you just putting out this music, and you know, people are consuming it. You don't see everybody's face, you don't see everybody's reaction to it. So for them to come stand there and talk to you, I could see why that really meant something to him. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, The Whole Road is the Veil, great song, more perspective, you know, motivation at looking back in life. I feel like I said, at this point in life, I feel like he's good, kids, family, everything's great. Like, it gets to the point where we're watching this shit, I feel like he's just good. He's like, I don't need nothing else, I did it all, like, I'm good right now. Compared to on this one where he was more hungry, he was trying to do all this, in my opinion. And then Ocean Way is a great way of him fading off into the sunlight, in my opinion. I don't think it's the best song on here, but I do like the instrumental. I think just it means like he's just fading off, walking off into the sunset. And again, I'm not mad at it. I feel like for what the album was trying to convey, it was a good closer, in my opinion, for the overall project. Not even for a disc 2, the overall project. So again, what do I really have to say at the end? Great album, like I said. I would want more features. And like I told you, if this is the last project, I need you to go sit down with Hit Boy. We need one more, bro. Like, because sometimes the production, man, you lost me a couple times. You did, my G. I ain't gonna lie. You got to stop doing a lot of the production on your projects. Not to say I hated everything, but there was times I feel like if you locked in with another person, they would have jazzed this up a bit. And don't get me like T-Minus, Alchemist. Niggas made appearances on this bitch. But like, again, I just feel like, yo, bro, you might have to go sit down lock in with a nigga. Because like, it just pisses me off sometimes when you go body a feature. But then like, and then you come over here and I'm like, you rapping like it's good, like the vocal inflection is all there, but just the beat ain't matching it, bro. It just pisses me off sometimes. That's just me. But yeah, that's really all. Like I said, the What If song, and like I was saying, sorry, I forgot that. To be on What If, to insinuate on one of the earlier songs that you are a sidewalk nigga, and all this street nigga shit. Do you really think with the Tupac and Biggie shit, a nigga could sit there and write a letter to another nigga? After certain shit that transpired. Come on. That was where I was looking at you. I'm like, big dog, I understand it's your artistry. You doing your thing, but it ain't that simple. I would like, hey, listen. As young boy, and there was young niggas. We don't think that clearly. I understand on the 39 age side of the album, you was sitting there like, hey, niggas could have went about it like this. Y'all could have had the conversation. Woo, woo. Sometimes it ain't that simple, number one. And number two, depending on who's in your crew, bro, they might get into your ear and you can't do that shit. And then number three, you might be on that type of time of reconciling. You don't know what type of time his people's and he is on. Because you could see here like let's reconcile. He might say F you for life. And I feel like as much as we could definitely see the growth in the album, definitely like, yeah, that, like, What If lost me, bro. What If lost me. I ain't gonna lie. That was the one song I'm like, okay. Man, I just can't wrap my head around it. Maybe I gotta grow up. maybe I just gotta grow up. Maybe that's a me thing, but yeah, that's really all I gotta say. Now, mind you, this is just like, sorry about that. Like I was saying, so mind you, maybe I just gotta give this a couple more listens and I'll get a different perspective on it. But at this my I again, is it perfect? No. Is it still a great album? Yes. I probably wanted a little bit more because it was teased a lot in this short time. Shit, I was probably part of the helping it get teased as much as it was. But yeah, I don't know. I think I got to sit with it a little bit more. But just off like the first listen of the whole totality of the project, it's a good project. Definitely more features though. That's not changing. Definitely more features. Definitely. But besides all that, yeah, definitely a good project. I can see where certain people will love this top to bottom, and there will be people like me that will just be like, I like it, but there's certain aspects I don't. I definitely like the first half way more. I'm not gonna lie to you. Definitely the first half. For me, definitely. But I just, not that it's missing something. I do say some songs could have got cut out as well. But definitely maybe it should have been more grandiose. Like I said, the production a little bit could have helped with that. Because, again, if this is the final project, and again, they always say leave the audience wanting more. But it's not necessarily that I don't want more. It's just, what else? And I feel like that's where I'm at in the moment. Not to say I don't understand his perspectives at age 29 and age 39, but clearly, at least with me, maybe diehard fans might say this is a classic, this is phenomenal, and it is a great project. But I'm kind of not satisfied. Like I said, I bopped in that for your eyes only. That's when I bopped in to the Hive. So again, now do I think this will be his greatest project? I still think that'll probably be Forest Hills Drive or even For Your Eyes Only. I really enjoyed that as well. I think probably one of those two. I don't think this will surpass that, in my opinion. But yeah, off my raw thoughts after completing a listen of this, I would say this is a great project from J. Cole. Of course, there's some stuff I didn't like. A lot of it I enjoyed. Some aspects I didn't like. But that's okay. And if this is your last project, I do feel like you could have went out a bit better. I do. Also, see, I could do a dissertation. Because if I really want to talk about the mixtapes as well and how he was talking, and then this whole Kendrick and Drake shit that's looming. Like, there's just a lot of shit, bro. There's just, yeah. I'm going to have to listen to this a little bit more. Because I might feel different. So I got to listen to this. We might come back to this. A couple months later, a month or two later, we might come back to this. And I might talk about some shit. But anyways, what do y'all think? Did y'all get through the fall off? I know this ran way too long. I was all over the place with my thoughts. Oh, let me give you the songs I like. Shit. Like I said, all over the place. So songs I'll definitely say to listen. Most of them gonna be from the first half. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, Run a Train, Poor Thing. Of course the four I like. Bunts Road Blues, Who the F Is You, Drum and Bass, The Let Out. What else I like over here? Of course, The Fall Is Inevitable I like as well. We at 7 at this point. Only You with Burna Boy. I do like Quick Stop as well. Even though I had my critiques about it, I do like Quick Stop as well. Oh, so, yeah, I'd say, hey, like, I like the idea of What If, though. And I like what he tried to do on Man Up Above. I'm fluctuating, I would say. Yeah. Again, somebody else will say this is perfect. I'm just... Structure was there. Storytelling was there. Production, not always there. I'm not going to cap to you. I feel like you got to lock in with some niggas. Got to let some other niggas pull up now. Can't always executive produce. Got to let some other niggas pull up now. But also some songs we didn't need them, and some songs was too fucking long, my G. Like I said, I'll put the intro to disc 2 in there as well, but again, too fucking long. 6 fucking minutes, my G. Anyways, friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. Black TJ Datweiler doing this thing. Hey, if you made it through all the way to the end, I appreciate you for this. I ain't gonna cap. But you already know what it is. Hey, I'm gone. Slimes on Peace, y'all. It was gang.